Most people cannot scale their ads because their funnel is just simply not structured properly and not optimized to drive high quality leads through it, build trust, and book sales calls that are qualified. The truth is, most businesses just take a shovel and start dumping a bunch of money into a fire pit when they're running paid ads because their funnel is just not optimized properly. But you don't have to be one of them. With the right funnel hacks, you can transform any ad campaign for pretty much any offer into a revenue producing machine that drives consistent revenue and money for the business. In this video, I'm going to show you 12 funnel hacks that you can implement immediately to start driving revenue through the roof. It's the same stuff I use to get that $1 Million ClickFunnels award right there, and it's the same tactics that I use on clients like Gym Launch, Jason Wojo, Wojo Media, Bulls on Wall Street, Well Copy, and so many more clients that I work with. These are the proven tactics that are going to help you succeed when you're running traffic to a funnel through ads. So hack number one is going to be one of the more generalized ones that most of you guys probably know, but it's very important, and that is define your ideal client avatar and know it like the freaking back of your hand. Most people will do a bunch of very surface level research, okay, on their target audience in their client avatar, but you need to dive deep into their pain points, the language they use, their desires, their goals, everything, all that stuff, all those data points need to be reverse engineered into the messaging throughout your funnel, and that includes your ad scripts, your ad copy, your VSL, your copy on the landing page, your follow-up sequence, even what your setters and sales team says on the phone. That all has to be dialed in. And where do you gather that data from? Well, most people just think of it, right? They just say, oh, I think my ideal client avatar, my target audience, wants to start running Google ads or something. But if you actually go back and talk to your current clients and gather data from them, you might see that, for example, people just want their Google ads optimized, right? They're already running the ads, they just want to optimize it. All right, so hack number one is you have to identify clearly your ideal client avatar or your ideal customer profile. And again, this like the back of your hand. You need to know without a shadow of a doubt exactly what makes your target audience click, exactly what resonates with them on a deeper level. Most people just say very surface level, okay? They're just gonna say, well, I think my target audience wants more money, they want more freedom, they want more time back, all this stuff. No, okay? You need to really, on a deeper level, understand their pain points, the language they use around their problems and the solutions that they want, their desires and their goals on a very deep level. And how do you accomplish this? You actually just go out and you ask your freaking clients that you have, okay? You go and you talk to them. You say, what made you buy? What were your goals when you bought? How has the service been so far? What do you like about the service? And even go back to some of your past sales calls and see the language that people are using. How are they coming into the sales call? What are the objections they're throwing out? What are the problems they're saying that they're facing? All of this stuff, you need to gather all this data from customer surveys, sales calls, prospects, and use that all in your funnel messaging on everything from your ad creatives, your ad scripts, your ad copy, all the way down to email follow-ups, landing page copy, your VSL, what the actual setters and salespeople are saying on the phones, everything. Talk to your prospects, talk to your customers, gather that data, and get very granular on your messaging and what your target audience wants. Do not stay surface level here. Don't skip this step because everything else is screwed down the chain if you don't specifically get under the surface of what most people just stay at. And now that you know everything that makes your target audience tick and click, we're going to go into hack number two, which is optimizing for high quality people only with your funnel. So the way that we actually structure our funnels, especially for high ticket offers with our agency and for our clients, is we essentially want no bad leads and low quality leads to feed back into the metapixel because we just want to optimize for high quality leads. So I have a full video on this up here that shows this full funnel breakdown and full funnel structure that you can copy to get high quality leads through your actual ad funnel only. So check that out if you want to, but I'll just cover it real quick here for you in a nice summary. Essentially, anyone in your application that raises their hand and says, I am qualified, they go to an actual page that has a schedule event code on it, a pixel code, etc. for whatever ad platform that you're using, and that feeds back to the data that feeds back to Meta after they schedule the call. And then you have another chain of all the people that are basically said, hey, I'm unqualified, no, I can't afford this, no, I'm not even a business owner, right? If you're selling to business owners in that application. So anyone that basically anyone that basically said they are unqualified in that application. Then go to a separate page with no code on it at all. And on those people, usually I'll have a calendar on there that'll go directly to setters, not to my closer, just so they can try to maybe arbitrage that and do some more discovery to see maybe if they are still qualified for the offer or a different offer within the business. Or if you just don't even want to talk to those low quality leads at all, you can just literally have a page that says, hey, we'll reach out, says, hey, we received your application, we'll reach out to you if it's a fit. Hack number 3 now is to dial in your sales process and really focus on nurturing and building trust within that process. So a lot of people, whenever they're running a call funnel and they start to get booked calls, what they'll do is they'll just reach out with a bunch of aggressive sales tactics and stuff. They'll just keep trying to sell them, pitch benefits and features and all this stuff that the prospect just doesn't care about. What you want to do is make sales assets for them, custom videos, stuff like that, to really just start building that trust. That's a big thing to make an ad funnel work properly. Within that lag between when they book the call and the actual sales call happens, you should be educating them, building up your authority via case studies and testimonials, giving them a ton of value, answering some questions, all that stuff through your sales process and through your nurture sequence. So really take a second today and look at your sales process and see, am I just trying to aggressively sell people when they come through my funnel and they book a call? Or am I actually trying to provide value with them so they're building trust with me and they're excited to show up to that call and work with me? Come from a standpoint of giving value, and everything else will be super easy to develop. Hack number 4 now is to track your VSL and make optimizations based upon that data. So I use a platform called Wasidia to house all the VSLs that we produce for clients and run, because it's going to give me the most robust data on those actual VSLs in terms of play rates and retention rates. So I track VSL play rates and retention rates so I can make adjustments to that VSL if necessary. If the play rate is low, for example, maybe I'll add a different thumbnail over the video that shows up whenever someone lands on the landing page to get them to play more and click it. Or maybe I'll add a 3-second scene at the beginning of that video that just rolls on a loop on that landing page to get people to click. But essentially, if you don't know what your play rate is, you can't make those adjustments to try and drive the play rate up. And most people don't track these things. They just put the VSL on the page and that's it. And then retention rate, if I see, for example, at the 3-minute and 17-second mark that there's just a huge drop in retention, I'll go back and look at what occurred during that time. Where did I lose people? Maybe add a new open loop, which is a copywriting technique to hold interest at that point to keep people engaged. Or I'll cut something out, or maybe I'll add some more retention editing around that point. So if you look at the retention graph, you'll be able to actually see where people are dropping off and make adjustments accordingly. All right, now kind of continuing with that theme of tracking is hack number 5. So hack number 5 is to consistently track the full and entire funnel and make adjustments accordingly. So in this video right here, by the way, I have this full concept broken down where I share a full sheet of what I track throughout an entire ad funnel that includes on the ad level, the funnel level, follow-up level, sales level, deal level, everything. You're able to download it and start to input your data and see what's working and not working within your funnel clearly, so you know what test to actually launch and what to optimize for. But essentially, people will just launch a campaign and they'll only stay in the ads manager, okay? They'll only look at how many calls am I getting, how much ad spend am I putting in, what's my cost per call, stuff like that. They stay very surface level. They don't get granular enough to be able to launch tests consistently and scale their campaigns. So I get very granular with the data that I track, because I want to find those little points that I can pull and those key levers that I need to pull to optimize the campaign and get better results. Now, hack number 6 is to retarget with content that builds trust. So anyone that books a call or opts in through a funnel, I, for my clients, run different content remarketing strategies to them to try and build trust with a lot of different trust assets, sales videos, short form content, etc., etc. Again, this could be a long video in itself, which I'm not going to go into that here, but essentially you want to be always thinking, hey, I have someone that just opted in through the funnel and booked a call. How can I put videos and assets in front of them as effectively and cheap as possible to try to build trust so they show up to that sales call a little bit more pre-framed, warmed up, excited, and understanding of what your service is and what it provides. And also, like I said, know, likes, and trusts you more. That's pretty much the basis of our KLT ad system that we run for clients. Is we want people to show up to the sales call knowing, liking, and trusting you already. So everything else downhill is easier. Now, hack number 7 could be also a long video in itself, but it's leveraging different ad strategies and optimizing around different conversion events with your funnel. Especially if you start to see performance diminishing on your campaigns and you're getting a lot of bad leads through your funnel, it might be time to rerun the campaign or leverage some sort of different ad strategy or conversion event as a test. Now, these are very intensive tests, and this isn't a hack that we're going to implement right off the bat. This is usually if we've had a funnel running for a long period of time and we start to see diminished performance on it, then we'll swap up the ad strategy or conversion event to try to see if that helps it. So that's a hack that you can keep in your back pocket if you ever need it. And by changing up the ad strategy, that can be a ton of different things, from the audience, the messaging bucket. Do I put a lead form in the front? Do I not put a lead form in the front? Do I add an opt-in right before the VSL? Do I switch to a call funnel, etc.? And you could also test different conversion mechanisms like a live webinar, a pre-recorded webinar, call funnel if you're not running one, VSL funnel if you're not running one, lead magnet funnel with some sort of upsell, low ticket product funnel, etc. There's so many things that you can do here under this hack, but just make sure that like your mind is always sitting there and being open and receptive to trying new things, especially if you had a campaign running for a while and consistently the performance is just diminishing. And then optimizing around different conversion events is also another hack that you can do. Now, hack number 8 is to harness the power of social proof and trust assets. So you should always be displaying case studies, customer testimonials, reviews, and past performance indicators that really just show people throughout your funnel on each step that you know your stuff, that they can trust you, and that you're an authority in your given topic, space, or industry. Really flex yourself, all right? Keep in mind, you want to keep just trying to stand out amongst the crowd and keep showing people that you know your stuff. That's why at the beginning of this video, I mentioned all my clients and the amount of revenue we've made. And why I keep referencing back to that plaque right there shows we made $1 million through one funnel alone. So you know I know my stuff and I'm building trust with you. Now, hack number 9 is something that nobody really talks about enough, but it's to have an amazing dialed in customer experience and post-sale support system. You got to have a dialed in onboarding process, onboarding emails, customer support, customer touch points, results tracking for your clients and customers. What this does is it builds up long-term loyalty and jacks up that LTV, which that's what you really want to do. You want to raise that lifetime value of each prospect that comes through your funnel, because guess what happens then? You can just take that money, you can take more money and start putting it into ad spend and really optimizing your marketing campaigns. Those are the money you get from each prospect. That is a resource for you to use to optimize your campaigns and keep spending more. A lot of times we step into companies and guess what we just need to do to get more results? We just need to freaking spend more. And then we look at their product and how many people are staying with them. We look at, everything's all jacked up. They have all these chargebacks and refund requests and people are staying with them for 2 months. Their LTV is like $2,000 and we're like, dude, this is not, no. Let's change the offer around. Let's change the product around, even the deliverable and everything, and try and get that LTV as high as possible. 10, 12, 15K. Because if you can make that as high as possible, every person that comes through your ad funnel, they're essentially worth that 10, 12, 15K to you. So you can then, with a clear mind, take more money out of that pot and put it back into an ad campaign or some sort of conversion mechanism that's reliable and just printing money and keep spending more. So do not neglect this. Get your clients good results. Make sure they have a good experience, because that also allows you to create more testimonials and reviews and helps out the last hack I just talked about of using trust assets and reviews to your advantage. Because if they're getting better results, then guess what? You can just keep flexing cooler and cooler reviews and cooler results and case studies you've got for people and get better and better people through your funnel that way. So hack number 10 is going to be a quick one now, and that's just use the right freaking software. Okay, I've stepped into so many high-level companies and they're using, terrible software stacks. They're using outdated landing page builders that have terrible user interfaces and user experiences, and they're slow to load and all this stuff. Or they're using the Go High Level calendar, which I know a lot of you guys are going to hate me for saying that, but just use the proven stuff that works for your respective funnel structure and funnel type. If you're running a call funnel, right, use the Typeform and Calendly integration method. Use Typeform for your application and Calendly for your calendar. Both have great UIs. Both work time and time again. Look at people in your space that are spending a lot of money on ads and are doing very well with ads and funnels, and just copy what they're doing pretty much in terms of the tech stack. Don't go use some weird offshoot new crazy software to make your landing page. Just use something that's proven, like ClickFunnels, who literally built their entire business off of making landing pages for people that convert, or Webflow or something that a lot of people are using now. So just sit down, write down your tech stack, and stick to it. Use the right softwares. Use the right tools at any given time, because those genuinely can hurt or help your performance of your campaigns. And now hack number 11 is you want to call your leads within 5 minutes of them opting in or scheduling a call. Speed to lead is everything, because the second that somebody books a call or opts in, their peak interest is up here. They're at the highest peak interest point that they could possibly be at. And then what happens as time goes on to the sales call, it starts to dip, and then you can, of course, nurture them more and bring that back up so it gets a little bit higher towards the sales call time. But essentially, you want to hit people immediately, as fast as possible, within 5 minutes of them coming through your funnel, and start to really just build a relationship with them, build trust, see what they need, and see what trust and sales assets you can make in between the time they booked in the sales call to really nurture that relationship more and build that trust. So you don't have to call them within the first 5 minutes and have a full-blown sales call. Some people will, by the way. Some people will, especially people with like very, very deep desires and deep pain points that really want to solve the problem that your specific service solves. And it will happen especially if all your messaging is really dialed in throughout the entire funnel. But again, just use it as like a relationship builder, a starting point, a discovery call, and just really try to understand, see where they're at, and provide value. And finally, hack number 12 is to optimize the confirmation page. The confirmation page after someone schedules a call, by the way, is something that every single prospect will see. Everyone that books a call will see this. So why aren't you optimizing it properly? This is a tool at your disposal, right? As marketers, we want to use as many tools as we possibly can, and we want to use as many things as we possibly can to increase the results in the performance of our campaigns and funnels. So if you know this is a page that everyone sees, why don't you try to optimize it? How many times have you gone through a call funnel, you scheduled a call, and you get to this generic white page that says, thanks, your call is confirmed, we'll reach out to you, we're excited to talk, grab a pen and paper and be ready to take some notes, all that garbage. That doesn't work. Okay, what we do is we use confirmation pages effectively, and we'll basically break up key points within the actual VSL, make them into 1 to 3, sometimes 5-minute videos, put them on that page to give people more options to digest and consume that information that we want them to consume, because, by the way, not everyone watches your VSL, so break it up, put them as videos on that page, and also have little text formats and headlines and stuff that explain what's in those respective videos as well. Add a bunch of case studies, and also make it very easy for people to confirm the event. So I'll literally add a button that says click here to confirm the event or confirm the scheduled appointment, and that they'll click that button and it'll go right to their Outlook inbox, their Yahoo inbox, or their Gmail inbox, so they can click there and confirm the event. You'll be surprised at how well that helps the show rates. And then finally, on that confirmation page, add a video that basically tells them, hey, you just scheduled a call, awesome, here's what to expect from that call. Like, again, try to sell that call. I talk about that all the time, but really try to make people interested in showing up to that call and taking that next step and excited for it. And then also tell them to confirm the event, tell them what's on the page below there, right? Be like, there's some other case studies we have done that explain our process a little bit more. There's a bunch of FAQs on here. There's a bunch of key videos that are just going to help you get more informed to make a great decision for you and your company. So there you pretty much have it. Those are 12 different hacks that you can implement immediately to start driving conversions through the roof for your campaigns and your funnels. And if you want some more content, drop a like, drop a subscribe down here. If you want to work with us, the link is in the description as well. And also you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn @EvanSeach if you want some more daily content. And by the way, I referenced 2 other videos. Here they are now. This one right here, if you click on it, this goes over to that video where I cover my entire ad funnel tracking sheet that you can download as well for free. And then this one right here covers my entire high ticket funnel strategy and structure that I love to run to only get high quality leads through the funnel so you can start booking sales, making more money, and driving revenue. Drop subscribe. And again, this channel, we only talk about making a lot more money with ads and funnels. So I'll see you on the next one.